Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, First Community Financial Bank, the community bank where you come first. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Spotlight. I'm your host, Jane Wynette, and with me now representing Turning Point Autism Foundation are Carrie Provenzali, Executive Director, and Judy Petruski, a Turning Point mom. Welcome to the set.
Thanks so much for having us.
We're glad to have you here, and we want to talk and learn a little bit more about Turning Point. So, Carrie, share a little bit about the organization, please.
Sure. So, first and foremost, we are an Illinois State Board Education certified school. We have one junior high classroom and 2 high school classrooms. So, in there, we have 18 students now who come to us every day for their educational needs. We also have Turning Point Career College, which is a career program working with older individuals on the spectrum, and those students, right now we have 16 of them who are spending a year with us while they learn career skills, peer skills, social interactions, and then we will next semester get them ready for employment.
Okay, so you really have a range, a rather large age range.
We do. So we have our junior high classroom, which is focusing still greatly on their academics always, but a lot of behavioral skills in that classroom as well. And our high school classrooms start working more focused way on transition and how do they create life skills that are going to be meaningful for them as they transition beyond Turning Point. And in the Career College, it is really a program. Most of the students in that program have been mainstreamed their educational career. They're older, and this is an opportunity for them to have a true college experience right here in Naperville.
That's wonderful, because I think so often we are very focused on the young children, and then we it's like what happens once we get through that high school experience, and that's what you're really catering to, right?
Absolutely. So it's important for our students to have job skills, and beyond that, we work with them on once you get your first paycheck, how do you open a bank account, and we get to work with them on all of the needs that are wrapped around there. How do we get proper transportation to get our students to their place of employment? And right now we have 30 students out in the field working that have graduated from that program, and 16, like I said, that are in it right now.
Okay. Now, Judy, you have a son that has been with Turning Point. So talk a little bit about that. What's your son's name?
My son's name is Michael.
Okay.
And he is 20 years old now, and he's been with Turning Point for 3.5 years. Michael has done a complete turnaround since he's been at Turning Point. And I get very emotional when I talk about Turning Point because they have changed my life. I can't even begin to tell you in so many ways. Number one, my son is a happy person now. He goes to school. He loves going to school. He loves the people there, and the staff there is so devoted and they're so caring. And I never worry about my son at school, where at one time I was always worried about Michael. Michael was always worried. Right now, they've taught him to use a schedule. He uses a calendar to know what's going to happen in his day, so his day is not so chaotic. Michael, before Turning Point, was very aggressive and very destructive and very combative. He doesn't do any of that anymore. He's amazing. He's a joy to be with, and I owe it all to Turning Point because they have truly changed my life. I have a relationship with my son that I never had before. I never could have. They've taught me one thing about Turning Point is they teach parents how to work with their children. They've given me supports. They're always available for questions, and they have helped me in so many ways.
Yeah. That's a wonderful story, and the gift of being able to, for you, have that relationship with your son. I mean, not just to seeing your children happy and feeling good makes us happy as parents anyway, right? But in a circumstance that's sometimes challenging, even more so.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And just seeing him not bang his head on the ground or bang his head on the cement or beat himself is that alone is just a blessing. And
How did you come to Turning Point? How did you get there?
Wow, I actually stalked Turning Point. I did for years because I heard about Turning Point and I heard about the family who was starting the school was actually living with autism. And when I found that out, I knew I had to get my son into that school because hearing about autism and listening to people talk about it is nothing like living with it.
Okay.
Living with it is extremely challenging, not only for the individual, obviously, but for the family as well. It's very draining. It's very demanding, and it's tough.
Yeah.
It's confusing for families, and because all of us want to do the best thing for our children, and the sort of connection with parents, and Judy's an example of one of our outstanding parents, we have many, is we use a best practice methodology that was developed by Turning Point called COPES, and that is really the programming that helps us access students and see that behavior change and help them learn and then help them connect to their families. And the more families are involved in learning that as well and creating those same practices like schedules and how to access through this methodology, it just creates a stronger connection.
And you're
between home
obviously
and school.
doing a tremendous job. Yes.
Wonderful.
With lots of different families.
Yes.
Yes. Now, how long have you been doing it?
So, great question. In just 2 weeks, we're going to kick off our 10th anniversary in 2017.
Congratulations.
So,
That's
thank you.
exciting. 10
It
years old.
is.
That's wonderful.
10 years old, and it started really just with one student, and now over 60 families really are accessing our supports, and it's going to be great.
What have you got
Milestone
planned?
for us. So one of the things that we're really excited because we are so proud to be this school is we think 10 years it's time to finally have a school mascot. So in January we are launching a competition for any individual with autism to please submit a picture of our mascot, and then we are going to select a winner and start offering spirit wear during Autism Awareness Month.
Oh, that's
So
lovely.
it's a way to let students and individuals that aren't even in our school to be a part of this milestone year for us.
And connect.
Yes.
And I think Spirit's always a part of connecting, making those connections,
Yes.
both with the students, as you said, with Judy and the families. So that's wonderful. So thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate all the good work, and we wish you the best with your 10th anniversary.
Thanks.
So if you would like to learn more about Turning Point Autism Foundation's innovative programs and services designed to assist individuals and their families as they navigate through the lifelong impact of autism, please visit their website. We're going to take a quick break for a few short messages. Don't go away. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.